and shifting our focus to another important development. This, in fact, has led to a legal flashpoint, has led to a debate between the balance between judicial independence and executive powers. What has happened is that the Supreme Court has stayed an order of the Lokpal, which says that as per the Lokpal and the Lokayukta Act of 2013, even an investigation can be ordered against High Court judges. Now, this development in the Supreme Court's observation on the matter has raised questions about jurisdiction of these anti-corruption bodies. Let's take you through what the Supreme Court has said. Now, the Supreme Court in fact has issued a notice to the union government in this particular case, and the Supreme Court goes on to say that concerns independence of judiciary. So it has issued a notice to the centre in this case. What is the issue? A case against Lokpal decision. Lokpal held that High Court judges are under jurisdiction. The Lokpal was to probe a complaint against High Court judge. Supreme Court has stayed Lokpal's decision on the complaint. Moving on, the Supreme Court said this in fact concerns the independence of judiciary. This has led to the debate between the independent judiciary and executive powers. And Supreme Court has disapproved of reasoning that has been given by the Lokpal. Lokpal's interpretation was wrong. That's what the Supreme Court has said. Supreme Court also, the SG in fact went on to say High Court judge not under the ambit of Lokpal. So these are the developments that have taken place in the court. Let's also listen into the reactions that we're getting on this.
The Lokpal bill that was in fact gives an wide powers to Lokpal to make an inquiry in respect of the sitting High Court judges. The beauty of our judiciary is that judiciary is independent. But at the same time, there should be a transparency. If people have doubt about the conduct or working of any High Court judge, I think now the time has come to develop such mechanism. And that is the reason. But if the Lokpal is given such a wide power to make an inquiry, then the faith of a common man will be betrayed. So I think the Supreme Court has stated the matter. Let us examine as to how the arguments are advanced on behalf of the government.
I think the Supreme Court is absolutely right. While the Lokpal may take a view to seek to exercise jurisdiction, but the fact is judges are appointed under the Constitution. They are protected, and there is a Judges Protection Act also in place. And I don't really think the Lokpal Act can override that. I would believe, and the Supreme Court has rightly intervened. It's not true. Judges can be impeached by Parliament, and action can be taken. Even the committee can transfer them if there are issues of that nature. But if there are more grievous issues, they can be impeached. This is a provision, the constitutional provisions have stood the test of time since 1950, since we brought the Constitution into force. And I really don't see how the Lokpal can seek to override the Constitution.
I felt a little odd also because judges cannot be tried by Lokpal. The removal of judges has to be done and can be done only through the Parliament. And that is also when we move a motion. Even Supreme Court cannot remove a High Court judge or a Supreme Court judge. The forum is the Parliament of India, which I said earlier. But Supreme Court has the jurisdiction authority to have an in-house inquiry about judges.
Also, let's take a look at who all and what all comes under the jurisdiction of the Lokpal. Here are the details. The Prime Minister, ministers, members of Parliament Group A, B, C and D officers, they all come under the jurisdiction of Lokpal. Apart from them, central government employees, the matters pending before court and matters pending before the committees. All this comes under the jurisdiction of the Lokpal. This has also led to a lot of political war of words as well, with the Congress and the TMC saying that judges are not above scrutiny and accountability. Listen in.
If the Supreme Court judges are not doing any deceit or corruption or illegal thing, why they are afraid to? So they want to seal themselves and they are to instigate everybody. So what has happened that in the present situation there is no one to question judiciary or judges' conduct. And as a result that common people are getting justice.
AC stays Lokpal ordered to seek judge.
No, about this matter, you know that Lokpal has issued several notices or some notices to sitting judges. And Supreme Court thinks that the judges are, whether High Court or Supreme Court judges, they are more than equal. The cross-section of the society has their own share of corrupt practices. Clan of judges, they have got the equal share of corrupt judges. Deny this fact is preposterous. There are some skeletons in the cupboard.
And with that, we're slipping into a very short break. A lot more lined up for you on the other side as well. Stay on with us.